Yo guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we have a pretty special update on SCR. Because today is April the 1st, which also means it's April Fools, and what that means for SCR, Airlink could go to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Yeah. I don't know why Airlink can now go to Llyn-By-The-Sea. But SCR released two new routes in this update, which is Airport Central to Llyn-By-The-Sea and then Airport Terminal 3 to Llyn-By-The-Sea. And I'm fairly sure it's available for like literally all of these trains that are on Airlink. So we are going to drive the Class 345 on Airport Central to Llyn-By-The-Sea, 20 minutes, 8 stops. So let's click drive and we can spawn at Farley Depot, go to Airport Central and start this route. I'm guessing the depot is full because it's taking ages to load in. And as we spawn in, yep, red signals, we've got traffic. So apparently this update released at like 2 AM my time, and I'm not awake at 2 AM. I don't think many people are, so I'm a little bit late to this. Otherwise, you know, I probably would have recorded this as soon as the update dropped. But at 2 AM, I wasn't awake at 2 AM, so I had to wait, basically had to wait until I woke up. And obviously, because I'm releasing this video on the same day as April Fool's Day, that does mean that unfortunately there wasn't a day for channel members to get early access, but I'm sure you guys can forgive me for literally one video. I also know that there's going to be people asking, Fetch, this is an April Fool's update. They linked it as a proper update. Well, in the bottom right, it still says version 2.1.2. So that is how I kind of know it's an April Fool's update. It's not actually real. Look at the amount of Airlink trains at Airport Central. And here I'm coming in with an Airlink shuttle train. Oh my days. This is probably the busiest Airlink is going to be, literally, in the history of SCR, to be honest. As the dispatcher blows their whistle, we can go ahead and close our doors. Finally, I've been here for 6 minutes. Well, I'm 6 minutes late, so it's taken quite a while, but now we can finally depart off to our next stop, which will be Airport Parkway, followed by Water-Newton, Leighton Stepford Road, Leighton City, Edgemead, West Wyvern, then Llyn-By-The-Sea. So let's get on to our next station. And I know what a few of you guys are going to be wondering, when am I going to show the British Railway April Fool's update? Well, I'm doing a British Railway stream tonight, so if you come onto my channel at 7:30, I will be streaming the British Railway's April Fool's update, so make sure you go ahead and join us for that stream. I actually don't think I was talking when I got to Airport Parkway. That was my bad. But we have just finished loading up here at Airport Parkway. I think we were held at the signal for that train that has just gone past. So now that we have been given the yellow signal, let's close the doors and depart to our next station, which is Water-Newton in around about 3 miles. This is going to take quite a while, to be fair, but hopefully it shouldn't be too long, especially with these red signals as well. It could get a little bit annoying with a lot of traffic further up the line. And now that we're just outside of the station, only about 0.65 miles to go or so, we've got the traffic. So yeah, this is going to be a bit painfully slow as we keep slowing down for these signals, but hopefully we should just keep edging closer and closer until eventually it's our time for the station, and then after we stop at the station we can then go on to our next few stations. But the first one is Water-Newton with all of these red signals, and now it is our time to enter into Water-Newton. So let's slow down to 30 as we approach the station, and we will get ready to stop when we can. So let's look to the left and we wait to slow down. We'll go to 20 now. I mean, we could have kept going 30 to be fair, but let's make sure that we try and do a perfect stop here as we see a connect on the left hand side on the connect platforms, and as we edge closer we'll go down to 10, even though I think we're pretty much at the end of the platform anyway. I'm hearing a much more of a louder train. I don't know why I can hear that. Anyway, let's slow it down to 5 now as we edge close to the 8-car marker, because there isn't actually a 6-car marker here. You know, it goes from 5 to 8, so let's go ahead and stop it there. Awesome. Open the doors and we'll get ready to obviously load up here. This feels weird. An Airlink shuttle going on the, this branch where it's, only other, trains, other Airlink trains that do it, and not just necessarily, connect trains and express trains. Obviously, I know some Airlink trains, can go on these lines because obviously, some do stop at Water-Newton and Leighton Stepford Road. But driving an Airlink shuttle down this route, that just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And I have a feeling when we turn on to this branch, it's going to be even more congested because we have connect and express trains down this route, and not just Airlink trains. So this is going to get pretty congested, I feel like. And here we are approaching into Leighton Stepford Road on platform 2. So we will drop down to 30 as you enter the station. This is a fairly long platform anyway, so we should be able to go 30 for quite some time. You could even enter the station at 45 to be fair. And as we approach closer to the stop car marker, it seems like we have a passenger waiting to board the train. So let's keep getting closer to the car marker and then make our stop at the end, even though there is a 5-car marker, but that is for the ATX services and not for us. So let's continue going down to the end of the platform, and we'll stop at the S-car marker as the train is about to exit on platform 3, and I believe that is another Airlink train. But as we that's the Connect train that we saw at Waternewton. My mistake. But let's go ahead and open the doors here and wait to be dispatched at this station, if there is a dispatcher here. I'm fairly sure there is. And let's go ahead and close the doors, and then we will wait. We will await for the final whistle. There we go. And now we can get going on our journey once again. Up to, well, actually, I think I'm going to go 45 because there was that Connect train. I don't know. I mean, we do have green signals actually. So I think the Connect train has made their way into Llyn City. I mean, now she's dropped down to a yellow. Of course it has. Of course it has. So let's drop it down to 45. Although we do actually have a platform allocation. So it is just a precautionary signal, I think. So let's keep making our way. I think we'll go to 50. I think that's like a good mid ground, to be fair. I mean, it drops down to 45 anyway after the bend, so let's drop it down to 45 and enter onto platform 2. So once again, same procedure. Drop it down to, well, actually I think we'll go 30, yeah, and then we will await to stop at the correct car marker. Green signals, which is interesting, but as we get closer into the station, we need to spot the car marker. 5 to 6, there it is. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop there in time. Let's see. Slightly overshot, but it's fine, I think. Anyway, let's go ahead and open up the doors, and it seems like the dispatcher is dispatching us first, which, I mean, due to head code priority might be the case, but the thing is that I still need to load up here, and that train, I assume, is going to be ready to depart. So I don't really know what they are doing, to be honest, because in theory, I pretty much learnt this on my 10-hour stream. The dispatcher should take the priority into consideration if both trains are needing to dispatch at the same time. And if it is, you know, I'm coming in and they're ready to go, I think the dispatcher in theory should have done them first. But at least I am going to be going in front of that Connect, which probably might be a little bit slower considering where they need to stop at, whereas I only need to stop at Edgemead and then West Wyvern, and then I'll be going to my next station. So I don't really know if that is really what the dispatcher should have done, but I don't mind. I'm in front now, so off to Edgemead we go. And as we approach into Edgemead, this feels very, very weird because no Airlink train goes this far. It goes as far as Leighton Stepford Road, and that's it. So going into Leighton City and now Edgemead, it just feels so weird. But anyway, let's start slowing down for this station, and I'm going to be very cautious now because this is the first time and the only time I think I will drive an Airlink train into Edgemead. So let's continue driving into the platform and get ready to stop as we can. It seems like there is an Airlink shuttle on the platform to our right as well. So let's continue slowing down. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the Rayleigh Bay extension is going to be deserted right now because I think everyone's going to be doing this. Same as, you know, other areas. You know, I think Stepford area is going to be pretty, you know, quiet. You know, all of the branches over there I think are going to be pretty quiet. I think, honestly, the Airlink zone and the Llyn area is going to be very, very busy. I think the two signalers on our game currently are going to be signaling those areas. I certainly did see a signaler being controlled at the airport area, and I think if I zoom into the signaler ahead, you can see that blue dot there, which signifies that a signaler is controlling the zone. So it does make sense. You know, they are probably going to be the two most busiest areas in the game today. Let's go ahead and close the doors now. Green signals. There we go. Hopefully it'll be green signals for some time and not just up until like Fame era or something. But anyway, let's go ahead and start departing as we see an Express Pendolino, I assume, stopping here. Yes, I thought it was about to overshoot it, but I guess I was underestimating the speed. I mean, to be fair with the Famir thing, I mean, we're going to be going on the passenger tracks obviously, but I don't know how congested it's going to be going into Wester Coast. I think that is the station, you know, that I was thinking of. But as we've got some green signals, let's take this time to speed up a little bit. I mean, opening up the map, we don't go anywhere near, you know, this area. So like I said, it just feels very, very weird to be going on these tracks in an Airlink train, especially in an Airlink shuttle as well, which is only supposed to be used around the terminal areas. So yeah, it does feel very weird to be doing this, but let's continue going at max speed until we have to start slowing down for some yellow signals, which I assume we'll be starting to see some as we go over the bridge. No, we still got green signals. All right, then. Honestly, I need to be laser focused here because these signals aren't really, you know, that spaced out. So if I see a yellow and I'm going, you know, 90 miles an hour, I'm not stopping. So I need to be very cautious here. And due to that, I think I might just drop down the speed just a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a limit. It's not a target, but obviously I don't want to be blocking the railways either. So I do want to make sure that I do have time to react and start slowing down the train. So yeah, I need to try and keep laser focused here so I can try and spot the next signals before I even get to it. So I kind of know where I need to go. So I think I might go max speed here because I think these signals are a bit more spaced out. But again, I can't really let my guard down as I'm going down as I'm going down here. All right, double ambers, slow it down, Fetch. There's traffic. Slow it down. I hope this is just precautionary, though. I really hope that this isn't traffic, but with it now being a yellow, I think it is possibly going to be traffic. So 45. I think we're going to be put to a stop here at some point. I mean, I don't know why the left tracks are on green, though, if we're only on, yellow, but I don't know, really. Yeah, red signals. Okay, here we go. We're 2 miles away from West Wyvern. Are we going to have red signals for 2 miles? We're 12 minutes delayed, and I only assume it's going to go more up as we enter into Llyn, especially even going into West Wyvern as well. This is going to be very, very painful. Actually, I have just seen the distance to the next signal, and actually that does make sense, to be fair. So I don't actually think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be fair. And I believe this is going to be the final red signal that we will be stopping at before stopping at West Wyvern. It's not really been that painful, but it's just taken so long. And as we approach into West Wyvern, let's go ahead and go down to 30 and get ready to stop alongside the platform. It seems like there is a dispatcher here that is attending a 360. I assume that is. So let's keep slowing down and get ready to stop at the 2 to 6 car marker. We've somehow got green signals. I don't know why, but it seems like this line has cleared as we enter into West Wyvern. So let's go ahead and stop it there. I think that is a fairly decent stop. Go ahead and unlock the doors and we will get ready to be dispatched when we can. And close the doors. Final whistle and off we go. Honestly, I find it weird with dispatchers if they have no idea what April Fool's is. And, they're not part of the community Discord server. And they're just going to start seeing a lot of Airlinks stopping at West Wyvern and they're going to be like, what is going on? I thought it was only Express and Connect that could stop here. And now they're seeing Airlinks. Like, what's going on? I think everyone pretty much knows what's going on, or someone would have told them at least. I think it's probably going on in chat, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's get off to our final station, which is Llyn-By-The-Sea in 3 miles. So blasting through North Shore. Obviously, we don't stop at Starry Lock anyway. And let's go ahead and finish this route. 15 minutes delayed we are. Oh my days. And here we are entering into Llyn at 50 miles an hour, which does not make sense in the slightest. It really doesn't make sense at all. But as we get closer to the buffer, let's continue to slow it down to 10 and get ready to stop when we are supposed to. Getting even closer, and let's go ahead and stop it here. Please don't hit the buffer. And as we are nicely on platform 5. Here we are, 19 minutes after of when we should have terminated the service. And we've just finally made it into Llyn-By-The-Sea. But yeah, this is honestly so cursed. Like, Airlink are even filling up the express platforms as well. It is that busy. But here we are, perfect route. No spads, no nothing. Took us 40 minutes to do that route. That took a while. So I've just gone onto the SCR hub, and this is the amount of Airlink services happening on the server that I am on right now. There's a few Connect trains, a few Autoline trains, many, many more Airlink trains, a few Express trains, which is actually, quite impressive. But look at that. All of the bottom, 10 rows or whatnot are full of Airlink services. But that is going to do it for this SCR April Fool's update. So if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more, then make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe as well. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out. And as always, stay fetchy.